on this one, but we still gonna talk about it. What's up? What's happening? This big K.A. We back in this thing. K2 Goody, sleep with a good El Patron, you know, the big dog. He wanted to. We talk about Joseph Anthony Budden. Basically, we laid on it. If you don't know, in this whole Drake debacle, Drake news, basically he has pulled back his petition lawsuits and only went against UMG at this point. I don't know, Spotify kind of like massaged his, you know what I'm saying, groin or whatever the fuck they did. But basically, they got out of it and Drake just went on to sue UMG. And he probably might take iHeartMedia out of it as well and just go after UMG solely. But basically, there was a conversation that was had, like, I guess in the end weeks of December that we didn't get to talk about, especially at that point I was covering Joe Budden's case because it came out saying like motherfucker was nude, sleepwalking, basically sleepwalking naked. So now we're here to talk about this. So apparently Joseph Budden, you know, on the Joe Budden podcast, speculates that Drake could remove music from Spotify amid legal battle. And I still do want to discuss it. Now, we have seen Drake, especially with this fighting Irish freestyle, that he can drop shit or some shit can come out. Now, Universal can pull it down, as we've seen when he was dropping songs on Instagram and all this other shit, you know. And they didn't take down Taylor Made, because, of course... Now, if we really try to look for it now, we want to see the Q version of Fighting Irish. Of course, it still exists. It's still over there. We can still play this shit. But at the end, what can they do? Because they still have the right to pull shit down. Yes, he could drop his shit, like, himself. But he can still pull it down because, like, he owns his shit. But I feel like licensing and, like, selling of his music has to go through them. Yeah, but he can drop his shit. Yeah, he owns his masters, all that important shit. Yeah, he does. Probably gets a split, a better split, you know what I'm saying, compared. But especially now with this lawsuit going rampant and even UMG having a response. When I covered it, UMG didn't respond yet. So there's going to be a lot of Drake videos coming out. And I'm sorry for motherfuckers that ain't really into Drake. But yeah, we going to be dropping some shit. But anyways, with that being said... You know, he specified that he could remove music from Spotify. And I do want to have that discussion because, okay, Spotify is not even, like, in this lawsuit anymore. But imagine him, again, Spotify works with the labels. So imagine Drake removing his music from the streaming platforms, not just Spotify. I don't know if Tidal is still a thing. I really don't fucking know. But Pandora, fucking, what's this shit called? Apple Music. Shit, Google Play Music, all this other shit. If he removes that from there, I think Amazon has music, right? Amazon Prime, like, they have their own music streaming shit, right? But yeah, if he removes his music from there, like, what will happen? Because at that point, yeah, he's not getting paid. Also, Universal is not getting paid. Will he hurt himself to hurt them as well? That's the question. Also, it sucks as a music fan if you want new music from Drake because you're not getting it. Because if I'm Universal, I'm not letting that nigga drop. We're going to go through this battle. I'm not letting you drop. Now, if it was already scheduled, maybe you might just have to let it drop because it was already scheduled at that point. But hey, it is what it is. He's going up against a conglomerate, and it seems like a crazy battle on his end. But hey, if he's welcoming the challenge, hey, go right ahead. But anyways, let's see what happens. So, Drake filed a pre-action petition against UMG and Spotify, which now is just against UMG. He has a full lawsuit accusing them of artificially boosting Kendrick Lamar's hit diss track, Not Like Us. Spotify issued a response. UMG and Spotify have never had any arrangements in which UMG charged Spotify licensing rates 30% lower than its usual license rates for Not Like Us in exchange for Spotify affirmatively recommending Not Like Us, including to users who are searching for other songs and artists. The filing reads in part, Spotify has no economic incentives for users to stream Not Like Us over any of Drake's songs. Spotify criticized this. I'm trying to skim through this because, yeah, we already heard all of this. I'm trying to skim through this. So give me a second here. Joe Budden has weighed in on the debacle during an episode of his podcast, revealing what he thinks Drake could do. Drake's still making music, dog. So this is a quote from Joe Budden. So they've still got to have some sort of business relationship, I think, his co-host Ish said. Budden disagreed, arguing that if he wanted to, Drake could always choose to remove his music from Spotify altogether, like other artists have done in the past. I don't know if it's certain like it once had to be, Budden told Ish. Remember when all of the white people was taking their music off Spotify because Rogan said some shit or something? I want to leave that option for the brothers too. You don't have to have his ish over there. Once you do the lawsuit, it makes me think that you're ready. I mean, again, this lawsuit, like, again, and to this point, even when he made the petition, he did the petition. The only thing we kind of heard him comment on is if we do think like these fucking DMs are real, then like fine. When he said like, oh, me against UMG is like, Nike against LeBron trying to have a campaign of him cheating on his wife or whatever. That's really all we have heard. Other than that, we don't really like hear Drake speak on some of this shit. So it is crazy. Imagine if Drake did just pull down all his music again. What do we respect it? Well, we call him corny because at this point, everybody's killing him. Everybody's doing this shit. And we do get to a point, like, honestly, and somebody brought this up. I believe it was Sean C, because I was checking out his thoughts about it. As much, we probably would have said he was even more corny if he did this. So that's probably why he didn't do it, and of his male pride. At least he would have a better case. I'm not saying he would win, but at least it would look better or make more sense in a person's mind of him going after Kendrick Lamar, the person who made the song Not Like Us and made the lyrics and did all this. Again, to us regular motherfuckers, bro, we know Drake is not a pedophile. He was just insinuating that Drake likes underage girls. In the sense of not like children, maybe like a fucking, him being 36, dating like a 19-year-old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, they're of legal age to have discernment and choose who they want to lay with in bed. But as a 36-year-old talking to like a 19-year-old or like a 25-year-old kissing a 17-year-old on stage, you're kind of like, big dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I give him the stage one because, again, he just kissed her on the cheek now. He felt her up, which was crazy. But if he just kissed her on the cheek, I'll say, hey, listen, big dog, you know, it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll see exactly what goes on with this. But what do you think? You think Drake could potentially go down that route and just remove his music from streaming in general? Now, again, if you bought this shit, you bought this shit. You have it in your library, your iTunes, whatever the fuck you use. But like, yeah, what do y'all think? But anyways, comment down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ there while doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe, try a little bit more to hear me. And I'm gone. Shalom, zoom, peace, y'all. Gang. Aye.